How long did it take you to get your first car? We applied green card between October. And so I was like busy. And then we are done by around end of that month, May 30th. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Jackie Kabeni, and thank you so much for the new subscribers. Let's get to 7K subscribers. Yeah, I hope that I will continue to like post every weekend or every week. So I asked you guys to ask me a few questions on Instagram if you haven't followed me, and I asked to ask me a few questions that they want to ask. Most of the time, people have questions about immigration and green card and just ways of going to the US. So people, you just apply, come do whatever you're supposed to do in that long or short period that you choose to be in these foreign countries, and then you just go back home, because in all honesty, life is so good at home, very good. And so I asked a few, some people had questions and I'm going to answer. I'll just be answering. It's less than 10 questions, I guess, so this video is not going to be that long. I enjoy watching your videos on YouTube. My question is, what do you do for a living? Are you studying or planning to do so? I'm currently working in the health sector and not in the nursing, because people tend to mistake that it's taking care of people who are probably like disabled or in their old age and they need companion, something like that. I enrolled in one of the schools, community colleges around. Thing was going on well until it was too much. It was too much on me. Whether you work, whether you have several other classes, the teacher is just going to come and give you like 150 questions due maybe in a week, and that's one class, and you have two more classes loading you up with assignments, and then you're here working full time. It was just too much. I was going to school, I think, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I had classes around 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. I'll be done with all the school thing by around 12. I come back home, take a shower, and then go back to work. It's the same period that you're supposed to be working, that I'm supposed to do the assignments. I'm supposed to understand. And as much as they are like, there's a way home, we have each other. The issue was not even about mainly the assignment. It's I have to go maybe along the week, I'm doing a test. And I didn't understand anything. So you would find that in all my assignments, I'm acing very well. In all the tests, I'm failing. And they'll start calling you on the side. Oh, you look for a Twitter. What are they called? Watu wa kukufunza. And then I'm like, I don't have time. I'm supposed to be at work. What time am I supposed to find like a tool? Hiyo word. Huyo mtu wa kunifunza. Alafu mnanipea assignments over one. Oh, it was just too much. And I feel like I didn't do my calculations very well. I should have taken like time also to save a lot of money for like rent, nini, so that I don't have to like be working every day. I paid heavily. It was a costly decision. It was a very costly decision. It's very hard, especially if you are alone and you don't have anyone to help you with the bills. You're the one like fully depending on yourself to pay all the bills, all the rent. At the same time, you're trying to study. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. There's so many resources online, by the way, and that's what I'm using for now, but I'm taking it slow and I'm going in my own pace, because there are so many people who are going to tell you, oh, go to nursing, there's money. And then nursing is not for the weak, because the things that I see people talk or like express, even the nurses who have like now finished their 4 year, or I don't know how many years in nursing school, and then now they are working. Like, it's mentally draining. So if you're going there for the money, because I feel like those are people who have like the passion for it. That's why they are even going through whatever they're going through and still pushing on, because it's something they love doing. But our community likes to like, oh, enda nursing, kuna pesa, utapata pesa, sijui utafanya nini. but they're not telling you what you're going to go through in that nursing school. It's a lot. So school wise, if you're planning to go to school, please take your time and do whatever you want. Don't let people like force you to IT, to nursing, due to what. Do whatever you want to do. And it's not a must, by the way. There are people who are like thriving very well in businesses. They came, they started something, and now they're doing very well. They didn't go to school and they're doing very well. So it's not a must you go to school, because I feel like so many people, especially if you're young, especially if you're young, they tend to tell you, oh, you're too young, go back to school. Oh, it's like school is the solution, but it's not. It's not for everyone. To some people, it might be the solution, but to some people, it's not a solution. I've taken too long to answer that question, but yeah, I hope I've answered your question. Somebody said, if it's okay with you, tell us about your love story if you are comfortable. I am not comfortable, so I won't share, but it's a good one. I will share when I'm comfortable. I'm so glad that she said if you're comfortable, so I have the option of saying I'm not comfortable. So for now, we pass on that. How long did it take you to find a host? So I've said this in one of my previous videos that my host family, we knew each other before I came here. So we knew each other from Kenya. They came like, I don't know how many years ago, like I think over 10 years ago. So I would say we requested them if they can, or they were able to host me, and I'm so grateful for that. And then are jobs easier to get there? Oh yeah, jobs are so easy. Oh wait, so long as you have the proper documentations, jobs are readily available. They're just waiting for you if you have proper documentation. But if you don't have like work permit, if you don't have something like a green card or a social, it's not going to be that easy. But if you have those, you're so ready. Jobs are just waiting for you. How long did it take you to get your first car? How long did it take? I think 3 or 4 months. I arrived in March, and then I had my first car in June. So March. But let me tell you something. Whoever hosts you plays a very big role in you kujisimamisha, because when I arrived, the first month when I arrived, my host mom had already like looked for a job for me. So I arrived in March, I think did around 3 4 hapo hivo, and then on the same month 31st I was in my first job. And the thing that they used to also tell me, like, like you're told fanya hivi, you're listening to advice from here from there kwa sababu you're new to this place, so you don't know much, so lazima usikize kenye wanakuambia, ndo like you stand on your own haraka. So when I got to my first job, all I used to be reminded is don't touch your. At that time, everyone is going to work. First of all, everyone is going to work, and they're not working in the same place, so you're relying on who you like, different people to give you rides to work. So if you're working and then using the same money that you're saving up for your first car, then you'll keep like feeling like you are a bother kwa sababu people are sacrificing themselves to come pick you up, to come drop you off to work like that. And in that moment, I was so like getting my paycheck, and then I'm just keeping it. The next paycheck, I'm just keeping it. So I think it's 3 months: March, April, May, June, 4. Wait, March 30th. So May 30th. Yeah, I would say it's 3 months. But you have to like be financially disciplined a lot, a lot. It's not about like the amount of money that I was getting paid at that time. I wasn't paying anything. I was just living for free. Everything was provided for me for free. So all the money, I was just taking it and then putting it, taking it and then putting it. By around June, now I had a good amount to get a very not so new car and not so old, to get like a car that's going to move me from point one to point two. Your first car? My first car was a 203 car, my friend. 2003. It was a Honda Accord 203. Hiyo gari lilionyesha maneno. But anyway, it's good to have these experiences because you get to like remember where you have mahali ulianza and where you are and where you're going, because it wasn't easy, but we thank God. What are the first things you need to do on your first week upon arriving in the States? So if you come through Greencard, there's a 220 fee you're told to pay. It's a USCIS fee. So sometimes you pay, some people do it different. Everyone does, I think. So that fee, you can pay it while you're in Kenya. You can also pay it while you're here. So I paid mine before leaving Kenya, and I always tend to think that that's why my social came in too early, because I think I paid the amount early, well, back at home, because the first few weeks when you arrive, you have to wait for your documentations to like come, so that now you can start applying for jobs. My social and my green card, they took about 2 weeks or 2.5. I would say 2 weeks going to 3 weeks, around there. And that's the first things that you need to like have, aside from to come out driving. So first thing is documentations, so that you can like legally you can work and have all the proper documentation. So I would say work on your social, work on your green card. If you haven't paid the amount, probably I would advise you pay the amount before you like leave Kenya, so that a few things can be a little bit faster. Some people just came and then now they started to apply for the social, but mine was delivered. It was just delivered after those two, I think 2.5 weeks, around there. And then after you get your documentations and your even before you get that documentation, if you can find someone to like teach you the basics of driving, and then there's a booklet ile ya kukufunza a few things about the roads. That should be, ukifika leo kaa siku mbili ama lala siku mbili, and then amkia itisha hiyo booklet. You can also find it online depending on the state that you are in. I would say that be the first thing. If the state you are in, it's for driving, like you do require a car to move around, I would say let that thing be the first, because it's just a booklet and you can find it also online. And then familiarize yourself with the roads and the rules and the blah 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 as you wait for the social and for the green card to arrive. I would say those are the first things, because as soon as you know how to drive and you have proper documentation, you're just looking for a job. The next thing you're working, you're driving yourself to work. Those are the the very first things I would recommend you do. When you live with your host for 1 year, did you pay rent? You and your host agree now that umejisimamisha, you have a job, you have like the time of being hosted is like coming to an end. You and your host agree to like, or they like tell you a specific amount you're going to be like chipping in, saying you cannot be burdening your host with all the bills and you're living with them. It's not even fair. So after umejisimamisha, after now you have like stand up on your own, you and your host agree like you'll be chipping in this certain amount. If it's rent, paying half, well and good. If it's like an agreed amount that you're okay with, that your host is okay with, then however venye tu handle, it's between you and your host. Me, I didn't used to pay rent. I was just told a certain amount, but it wasn't rent, it was something lower. And I think I don't have any more questions, or maybe if I have them, I already replied to them. Oh, somebody else said that they would have asked about immigrating, but right now it's so hard to get to the States regardless of the route. I honestly felt that comment, because I don't know what's happening, and this is what I will tell you: apply and just forget about it. And only speak for green card. I always like choose to speak for something that I went through, not something that I'm not sure about the agents, about Canada, about UK. So when I applied, and this is, I'll just give you guys this story and then I'll just finish up this video. Just apply. Greencard is, at the time I'm doing this video, Greencard is opening next week. Is opening up next week. Apply. Like, don't put don't put all your eggs in it. Just apply. When I was applying in which year did I apply? 2018. When I was applying, I was in Cooperative University of Kenya. Oh yeah. And I was about to graduate. I remember we graduated December that year, and we applied Greencard between October, up with October. So I applied. We just applied and then nikaachana tu nayo. But I do remember when the results were coming out, I was doing now the Huduma job. And my mom checked, hers hadn't gone through. My sister checked, hers hadn't gone through at that time. And then I was like, hata sitaangalia. Sasa if everyone in my family, or if my mom and my sister that we applied together, if they didn't get it, that means even mine didn't go through. And I just like brushed it off. I didn't check around the first week. And then I was busy because I was going to that Huduma job around. I was supposed to be, I was waking up around 6 to be there by 7. So I was like busy. And then we are done by around 7. So 7, I'll just come home and then sleep. End of that month, May 31st, I remember very well, it was May 31st. We were at home, and then I just said, unajua hata sijaiangalia results za hii green card. Let me just check, we see. And we checked, my friend. And then at first, they say you have been selected for further DV, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, am I selected or not? But when you're not selected, they just say you are not selected, and then it's kind of bold. So seeing that you have been selected, I think my sister, she's the one who like noticed there's a difference between the last time she checked and then this one. She said, "Umewin green card." You're like, what? Umewin green card. And in no time, we just started to jump around, to be happy, to celebrate, to work. And then we're like, hey, able to confirm, Tena. Let's see whether it's like truly. Because it says you have been selected for further processing. So we are like, kuna process ingine. I thought you are like, you win and then you're done. Leave, or you just leave. But it was, you have been selected. And then after we asked around, my sister asked the people, our host family, which was here, and they said, yes, that's what you receive when you have like one green card. The process, I think I've shared the process of how it wasn't easy, but I'm just going to leave you guys with, just apply. You never know, like apply it too, and then wait for next year May, and then we just see how it goes. I'm not saying that like there's a perfect life on this side, no, but depending on like how your life or how your lives have been back at home, to some of us this is a very big chance and a blessing that we got. And to some people, they may be like, no, I'm just fine at home. And I do love those people and respect, and good for them, man. But to some of us, it's a chance that we got to like change a few things about our lives, about our family, about those who are around us. So in as much as some people discourage people to come to these countries, just say apply, come get whatever you want to get, and then just decide, go back home, stay, whatever, do whatever you want, but jaribu tu, and then iachilie, and then we see next year how it goes. So I think that's all that I had for this video today, and thank you so much for watching, for subscribing. If you guys want to see like something specific, or you want me to touch on something specific, I'll be more than happy to do that. And let's get 7K subscribers, and then follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys on my next video. Until then, bye, and apply for green card DV 2025, and I'll see you guys on my next video. I was
kidding myself. Now I know you don't love me, even though you said that you'd never leave me. Oh, but I know now I shouldn't trust a word that comes out of your mouth. I was kidding myself. Why did you have to turn into a liar?